The following is a presentation of the Midwest Motorsports broadcast team, consisting of Midwest Motorsports Mr. Everything, Josh Watt, broadcast producer and race control. On the comms and cams for the oval side is the man with the golden microphone, Michael Harris Jr.
We're here. We're all here ready to go. Pace car is in. Green flag waves from the stand.
And for the road side, it's me and Adam.
I am Adam Sondag. You're stuck with me.
And I'm James J., the voice of Midwest Motorsports, where signups are always open and always free. Friday nights are for the Truck Series, Sunday nights for the Stock Car Series, and Tuesday nights, the Road Series takes the track. Don't forget to like the video on the way in. Go to midwest-motorsports.com today. Okay, DW, take it away.
Let's go racing, boys!
And I approve of this message.
Maybe not. But at any rate, my name is Michael Harris Jr. I am your host for this Oval Series race in the Midwest Motorsports iRacing League. 7 drivers have come to join us here out in the Music City area. Eric Thaler putting the car on pole, Dustin Reinsel on the outside, Jason Huffman third, Marco Lavery fourth, fifth is Clarence Prince, myself in sixth, and Ron Schamer rounds out our field as we get ready to go green flag racing. Ladies and gentlemen, I think my screen has finally properly updated everybody. As we get going, Eric Thaler way out in front. Well, way out in front. It's a little exaggeration, but he had a great start there on the green flag. I was in third gear being silly pants. Everybody excited for another Sunday night of fun action here. 141 laps today with 5 sets of tires waiting for everybody in the wings. The Superspeedway here in Nashville, always eager to take some tire as Marco Lavery gets loose and into the grass. No caution called. This is a single car spin. That's definitely not the way you want to start your race. Car's been a little tight coming out of turn 4, so we'll see how the racing goes as the night wears on. Just want to thank you guys for coming out here and watching us. Got a pretty good sized field today with seven drivers. Clarence Prince coming back to join us here. He's been itching to get back with the Midwest Motorsports gang on Sunday nights. Great to see him there, that number 83. We're currently following along. I myself am being extra silly because I have the stream playing on my right screen while I drive, so there's something there. But we had Jason Huffman side by side with Clarence Prince. Ron Schamer setting the fastest lap time just then. Eric continuing to do some good things out there out front in that Midwest Motorsports number 15 Ford Mustang. Dustin Reinsel bringing out that Taco Bell. I guess my paints aren't completely updated because for me it's a Menard scheme on his car. But everybody else is pretty much what we've been showing, or what I'm seeing. Which is definitely an improvement here. That's for sure. Jason Huffman getting himself in a position to at least challenge the top 2. Dustin continues to just kind of ride along behind Eric. We're looking at pit stops probably around lap 38 or so. Eric riding up the racetrack here as Dustin's putting his nose in the rear quarter panel. They're going to be side by side going down the back straightaway. Dustin on the inside, he'll complete the pass, but Eric saying, hold on now, hold on. Doesn't get the run he expected out of turn 4, so Dustin Reinsill takes the lead here on lap 6. We'll lead it as we go into lap 7. Jason Huffman sees that opening. He's going to make a little bit of progress here. Will he be able to challenge going down turn 3 and 4? So we got something nice set up there. Clarence Prince in that nice Red Bull racing scheme. Number 83. Being featured on the screen. Thanks again to our wonderful race director, Josh Watt, who has been doing the cameras when I've been out here on the racetrack. It's been a real big help for that. It's definitely good for you guys too, because, you know, getting stuck seeing the same car doing the same thing the whole race, or looking at different things going on. It's not always the best viewing experience, that's for sure. Friday night we had the Truck Series at Daytona, where Jason Phillips got the W. Great pit strategy by him, made that all happen. I myself finished second place in that race, thinking maybe I had some good strategy cooked up, but I got cooked, as the youngins would say. Side by side, coming out of turn 3 and 4 there, Eric Thaler and Jason Huffman duking it out, and Eric hits the wall. Now Clarence Prince moves up to third place as he takes advantage. Is this the point where Eric starts to save any fuel, any tires? What's going on in his mind now that he's lost the lead? Is he going to start conserving, and is that going to play into his pit strategy later on? Was it his plan to lose it? Of course, another wall tap there. That's definitely not good for the handling of these cars around here, where it's already been tight coming out of turn 4. Is that now making it even harder for him to make a move, or even just keep that car off the wall? I will say Marco Lavery's doing good back there in 7th to continue to maintain his pace. Despite the earlier incident and being stuck way back there, he's only 16 seconds behind. Eric now side by side again with Clarence Prince. He's on the inside line, Clarence on the outside. And, oh boy, they weren't clear. Caution will be waived here. 3 cars involved in that one. Clarence Prince and Eric getting into it in the corner, and Ron Schaumer getting involved there. Nowhere to go for him. Our first caution in I don't know how many races. I'm sure somebody's been keeping track at home. This will definitely put some questions out there for the field. Those at home can probably do some math and calculus and figure out exactly how many laps could be saved by a pit stop here. Is it worth it? Is it not? Everybody's got 5 sets of tires, and we'll see what happens. As the leaders are there, Dustin Reinstedel comes on down. I come down. Of course, I'm not sure if I'm going to get a black flag because I was ahead of the person. Yep, I got black flagged. Well, at least it's a pit stop during the yellow flag, right? Well, at least just go ahead and get some fuel in here. It's probably going to end up being about a full pit stop length now, because we'll have to serve a 30-second penalty. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Sunday night and a great weekend here from the broadcast booth at the 7 Time Studios. I know we're having a good time. I'm looking forward to next weekend. I will not be here myself. My wife and I are going down to Delaware. What's in Delaware, you may ask? I don't know. It's just another state out of the 50 states to knock off my little list. I want to visit all 50 of them before it's my time to go. Everybody now coming on out of pit lane as the 2 to go to green being signaled here. Pace car getting ready to cross the start-finish line. Lights are now going to be off. As we'll go and show the incident here. Both cars got tangled up going out into turn 2. And unfortunately, it just tightened everybody up, led everybody up. And there we go. Eric Thaler now currently in the pit lane. Well, everybody is lining up here. Looks like we got Jason Huffman on the outside. So he's decided to take the outside line here. Marco Lavery is now up to second. Both of those drivers did not pit. The number 23 Gravedigger machine. And the number 4 Busch Light Ford Mustang. Ron Schamer, who was involved in the incident, finds himself in 4th place, while Dustin Reinsettel is in 3rd. Clarence Prince in 5th. Eric Thaler is racing as fast as he can to catch back up. He's got to slow back up in time, though. Green flag back underway. Jason Huffman off to the races. Ron Schamer slowing down quite a bit here. Now Dustin's trying to get around Marco Lavery. Jason Huffman looks like he's going to have to go serve a black flag penalty for jumping the start. At least that's what I'm going to guess. Eric Thaler hard onto the inside there. As he'll make the pass around myself. Side by side now with Marco Lavery. Dustin Reinsettel with a healthy gap, although he's got Eric Thaler now to contend with. Ooh, a bit of a slide job there as the 40 rolls up on the 97. Sorry about that, Ron. No incident created there. All sorts of shenanigans going on today here at Nashville. And now it looks like the number 23 is coming on in to serve a black flag penalty as well for that restart. So Dustin and Eric back out in front again. This dynamic duo. And now your broadcaster has found himself in 3rd. Where have we seen this story play out before? I feel like the more that I race these cars and figure this out, the more, the bigger ego I'm going to get. Somebody knock me down a peg. The interesting thing will be to notice who actually took tires or anything during that stop. Probably would have ended up being quite a few different drivers. I know myself, I didn't take any tires, figured, 13 laps in. I know we got 5 sets of tires, but, we're only 13 laps in the race. We weren't even a full fuel cycle, so why bother? But the Ruger number 40, doing well there in third today. Let's see how well he can hold up with the number 11 and number 15 with the number 97 breathing on down on him. Speaking of that number 11, he is getting around some now lap traffic as he's passing by Marco Lavery on the front straightaway. First car a lap down. Jason Huffman is in 6th place. He is also in danger of going a lap down early on, which that will most likely impact his pit strategy going forward. Dustin Reinsettle with an about 2-second gap over Eric Thaler at the moment. Eric with just about 2 seconds over myself as well, as Ron is continuing to keep this battle for third pretty close, only being 0.2 of a second, so that's our closest battle on the track, is the battle for third for that podium spot. Oh my gosh, if I don't have to talk to myself at the end of the race, the better, right? I hope there's no ghosts in the booth here that are going to come interview me or hope to interview me, just so that I don't have to talk to myself again. Anyway. "23 laps have been completed here. Out in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA. Little touch up there with the Cracker Barrel logo all over the place. Ooh, not a very good turn 3 and 4 for myself now as Ron. He's not able to really take advantage of that. I don't know if he's just not going to push it right now, so we're still relatively early in the race, or if he just doesn't have the tires to really do much on me. I figured he would have taken tires during that last stop, but maybe not. Again, it's not like you needed to take tires that early on anyway, but somebody definitely could have. And forget to click that button when you're in the pits. Eric and Dustin have pretty much doubled their gap to me. They're just kind of running away with this one here on the early goings. I know, yes, we don't need to take our hats to victory lane on lap 26, but they definitely have a good strategy and a good feel for the track right now going, and we'll see how well that pans out. But for now, they are setting the pace and setting some fast laps still, 31.218 and 213 respectively for our two race leaders. Eric has closed the gap to Marco Lavery. Though that's a lapped car, that's still somebody in the way that Eric's going to have to deal with. And Dustin Reinsettle 0.8 of a second from lapping Jason Huffman. Clarence Prince back in 5th place. I'm not sure if he just didn't fix the damage or if his tires are pretty well worn from that incident there, but he's got about 33 second laps that he's been putting down. And it looks like Clarence is actually going down pit lane right now. It's pretty close to when the pit cycle would have needed to start anyway. So we'll see how this change of events with the caution plays out. Another tap on the wall. Ron and I almost getting together there on the front straightaway. He backed off. So he had a nice little run going and just closed it off on him. as the leaders continue to just run away from the rest of the pack here. Yeah, I'm having a hard time in turn 4. Why is the camera... Oh, I know why it's still on us. It's still the closest battle on the track. Alright, come on, Eric, catch up to Dustin. I'm sure that many of you who are watching probably think, hey, I can do 10 times better than you. Well, you probably could, and you know, the only way to prove that is to get on down here and actually join us for one of these races. So if you think you have what it takes to knock me down a peg and the rest of our top drivers, you feel free to head on over to midwest-motorsports.com. That is, again, midwest-motorsports.com. That is the website for our racing league, where you can find all the information to sign up today, tomorrow. Well, try today, at least, since you're here. Sign-ups are free, always open. All the requirements, anything you need to know about the league and times and dates, you just go ahead and go to that website there. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Even the link to our Discord is now... Ron Schamer has had enough. He's passing me by here on lap 33. He's going to send me off to the dustbin. Guess he'll take third. When you happen to find yourself down at midwestmotorsports.com again, you will have that opportunity and chance to look at all our 3 series, and we have 3 of them going on right now. We've got our stock car series, our road series, and the truck series that we race throughout the week. Obviously, you know, Sunday nights at 8:25 Eastern Standard Time, we send the green flag flying here for the stock car series using the O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hey, I finally did it right. O'Reilly Auto Parts series cars. Then Tuesday nights, we get to join James Johnson and Adam Sondag, our broadcasters for our road series. Green flag for that launches at 7:30 Eastern Time. We'll be at Miami Autodrome for Sunday night's action. Tuesday night's action. Apparently I need to go to bed. Definitely be great. It's definitely a great time going out there in the road series. They'll be driving the Porsche pickup cars. Out there at Miami, and next week we are at Iowa. See, there was my confusion there. Iowa Speedway for the trucks next Friday night at 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. So if you are interested in any of those racetracks or any of those series, you feel free to come on down and join us either on the YouTube or join us out here on the track. We'd love to have you out here. Dustin Reinsell continues to hold that big advantage. Well, actually, it's not too big. Not for after the first pit cycle there. Dustin Reinsell usually a couple more seconds, I'd think, at this point in the race. Tire wear is starting to be a main contention for a lot of drivers here, especially those of us that stayed out. We are currently working on 38 lap old tires, working on 39, which usually once we get through the pit cycles we're not dealing with, but my cam seems to say I've got another 13 laps to go before I need to come on down pit lane. I'll let Marco Avery go on by here. His Gravedigger machine. And Dustin's got a 3.3 second lead, and Ron, having to be stuck behind me, is now back to 8.6 seconds. Marco Lavery pit down on lap 35, and Jason Huffman came down pit lane as well. So fresh tires on that 23. Fresh tires should be on that number 4 machine. Whoa. Good thing the camera's not on me right now. I am everywhere on this track. I do not think I'll top 3 this one. It will be really hard at this point. I've kind of dug myself a pretty big hole. So far, your tail of the tape here as we get through 41st lap of the race is the one caution that happened earlier on between Thaler, Clarence Prince, and Ron Schamer, who's right there on the screen. Ron is gaining ground, though, on Eric right now. That last time, he dropped the gap to 7.3 seconds. As he gets around, or gets passed by Jason, who's on fresh tires. As Dustin has increased his lead to 5 seconds. .32.14 for Dustin Rhinestone this lap. Everybody kind of pretty well spread out here. Clarence Prince is battling it out with Dustin Rhinestone, as we see on the screen. Clarence trying to clear Dustin, able to do so. He's got much fresher tires. As our camera goes back to Eric Thaler and Marco Lavery side by side. We should be nearing the pit window for most of our drivers here. And our race leader has decided to come on down pit lane. Dustin Ryan settle on in. Will Eric join? Eric will not join this time. He's going to go right up to the front. Eric Thaler will take the lead here during the pit cycle. Looks like yep, Ron Schaumer and Michael Harris will stay out. Forty pitting. Eric continues to race around the track here. And Eric's staying out. He was fuel saving. After all, so he's going to hold Dustin Reinsettle off for another lap. 52 laps complete on the race. Forty coming out. And here comes Eric Thaler this time by pitting on lap 52. Dustin having to go the whole length of the racetrack. To get by, but he will most likely get that, his lap, or get the lead back, and be able to chase down people for the to lap. Eric coming out of pit lane. Dustin's going to have quite a nice advantage after cutting a couple of laps from most of the field. Ron Schaumer after that pit stop, up to third again. The gap between first and second, 10 seconds. And the 40 gets around that 23. There's quite a big difference as Marco Pitt got tires on lap 35. Well, I came down on lap 51 to get tires. As the number 40 now sets its sights on the 83. Ron Schaumer still holds the purple lap of the day, a 30.575. Eric Thaler sets his fastest lap time at a 30.793 after coming back out in the pits. Got himself still at second. We'll see if he can really gain back any ground on Ryan Settle. Dustin Ryan Settle on your screen right now, getting around some lap traffic. As now the battle for 6 starts to heat up. Clarence Prince on the outside, Marco Lavery on the inside, trying to take that position away. Clarence will still have it at the line. However, there goes Marco on the inside, clears Clarence Prince. Will Clarence ride off into the sunset now? Well, I guess Marco, actually. I read that wrong. As you see on the screen, 49 laps of the 61 laps completed in this race, all led by that number 11 Chevy placeholder name, right? Chevy Camaro. I forget what they're racing in the Xfinity. Oh, O'Reilly. Alright, we got Jason Huffman on our outside right now as the number 40 battling it out with the number 4 down the back straightaway. Side by side. Jason on much older tires than myself. Backs off before the corner entry. Move that number 40 up to 4th position here. As we kind of go through the field right now, we're showing Dustin Ryan Settle earlier. Next up, we have Eric Thaler in 2nd place. The gap is 9.7 seconds between 1st and 2nd place. Just to give you an idea right now, Dustin Ryan Settle is getting ready to head on into turn 3 just as Eric is clearing turn 2. So they're more than the backstretch away from each other right now. We're almost halfway through this race, if you can believe it or not. Side by side, the leader is with another lapped car, Jason Huffman. Jason Huffman's coming on down pit lane now. Now, despite having a 3-lap advantage on the tires, Eric Thaler unable to really reel Dustin in right now. That distance, that gap has pretty much stayed around 9.5 seconds. They're running very similar lap times right now. And with that, now 72 laps are in the books as Dustin Reinsettle continues to race on. All the while, now I find the blue and yellow flag waving for me. Dustin Reinsettle has closed in. He's now 1.2 seconds behind myself to lap me. I mean, we'd have 3 more cars left on, or only 3 cars on the lead lap. Just gonna give props to Ron Schaumer here today, doing pretty well for himself. Up in 3rd. He's always been competitive, but it's nice to see him up there in the podium spots. He's got this track figured out better than I do. Well, I don't know if we're ready to play this card or not, but we do have a surprise visitor in the booth somewhere. I can't really turn my head right now, else I might hit the wall, but there's a special guest coming to join us at some point, maybe during the broadcast. We'll see, though. Technical difficulties and all could always impact our performance. Now the real question is do I mess with Dustin here or not?
I'd say not, Michael.
I'd say I couldn't do it, James. James
Mike,
J., welcome to the booth.
Mic check. You got me okay there?
Yep, I'm still here, James.
All right, don't hit the wall while Dustin goes around you. I was hoping you'd hold him off and give him a hard time because Dustin Reinstettle's making it look pretty easy tonight.
Well, he sure does know his way around most of these tracks.
I think he has a notebook somewhere where he keeps record of all the tracks. So
I've heard it's a Google notebook.
oh yeah, it might be. Well, I just wanted to check in with everybody. I'm on my cell phone on cellular service, so is my mic okay? Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, we hear you loud and clear, man.
Cool. I just wanted to say, man, what a great job you're doing, Michael, driving and running the broadcast. I'm really proud of how far Michael has come. How far you have come, Michael. I didn't mean to talk about you in third person, talking directly with you. But not only the stock car series, but also the truck series, you've really taken over. And man, you're doing great, Michael. I just want you to keep it up. And I wanted to say that, yeah, great job. And we got some surprising things coming in the broadcast in the very near future, as well as some recruitment ideas to come. So this class and the Friday class the Oval Series in the Midwest Motorsports will have some recruitment racing coming up in the future and some recruitment ideas to get more drivers, more participation. So all of our dedicated Midwest Motorsports drivers, we really appreciate each and every one of you. So stay with us. We will grow. And Michael's doing a great job with the broadcast and racing. Let's not forget, Michael, how difficult is it you got probably 3 screens, right? So, I mean, driving, and then another one, just one for maybe timing and scoring, and maybe Discord as well. So, I mean, that takes a lot of skill and talent, Michael. How do you do that, sir? I want to know.
Well, usually I don't actually look at Discord. I have the eye overlays telling me all the different things as far as where everybody is and, distances and gaps and stuff like that. So usually I don't have the stream streaming on my screen. Sure. But today I guess I feel confident enough to do it. So my right side screen is just the stream, while my middle and left are the car itself. So
oh wow,
I can click off if I need to. Like if I see somebody's getting ready to come up on my right side, like Jason here, I could just click the main screen and then off we go to regular three screen mode.
Don't hit the wall. Get up on the marbles. Okay, good job. Great to see Jason Huffman out here. He looks like he's having a good run.
It's he's having some difficulties. He got black flag for a restart, unfortunately.
He knows better than that. Yep, that's part of the racing.
The bad luck follows him, whether it's the pit stop issues or something. But he's always out here. He's always putting his best foot forward whenever he can. So
nobody else is driving the car, so the black flag is there for a reason.
Yep.
So don't jump the start next time, Jason. That's my advice. Just kidding, man. I don't know if that's what happened. I was offline there for about 45 minutes, but yeah. Great job, Michael. Just wanted to check in, we may, like I said, we got some ideas coming up. Keep an eye on the Discord stream. Yeah, and we'll keep you posted on some of the ideas we got. So,
sounds good.
Tell me about the race, Michael. Give me an update, like for those who have missed the first part of the race, like myself. Who's got how many tires, and can looks like who's in second? Eric.
Yeah, Eric's up in there in second.
How far back?
Ron's in third. So Eric is about 10.6 seconds or so behind.
We got to catch. Somebody's got to catch Dustin. What has he got? Like three championships in a row?
I mean, if you combine all the series, yeah.
Yeah,
something
trucks
like that.
especially too. Anyway, we might have to put a bounty on Dustin as he comes in for a pit stop from the lead. We go back to Eric Taylor 10 seconds back. Let's see if he's going to come in on the same lap or if he's going to stay out. Same
He's
lap.
coming on down. So
All
he's
right,
changing
so
up
we'll
his
see.
strategy a little bit because he stayed out for a couple extra laps and wasn't able to really reel in Dustin. So,
It's all right. But now
but
he
yeah,
comes in on the same lap. Okay.
early on we had a caution around lap 13 or so.
Yeah, I saw
There was a
that.
3-car pileup, and on the restart, Jason and Marco Lavery both jumped the restart. And
Wow,
so they
wow,
had to go
wow.
black flag, and after that, Dustin's been kind of just doing his usual, just running away with things. Eric was keeping up for a little bit, and then we had our first pit cycle for the rest of us, because all of us, except for the front two, came down and pit. Got fresh tires. A couple others came in the regular, your regular like 30 lap 30 or so. So interesting, different strategies. Hold on just a second. 40 pitting. And yeah, everybody's just kind of running their own different little strategies, trying to figure out some different ways to make things work, running with fuel. And I believe after this, everyone should be on 3 sets of tires remaining.
You think they're gonna need all 3 to get to the end? Or are they gonna have extra set if they stay green from here with the light field? It looks like they might stay green the whole time.
Yeah, we've got about 30 laps or so on fuel, so we'll probably only need 2 more stops the rest of the race. And even with that, like I said, we got the 3 extras, so if there is a random caution, someone could. But this track is kind of eating tires a little bit more than at least I expected. So
the track is eating tires, which means the pit stop for tires might help somebody if somebody stays out. But I understand the time. But with the light field, if there is an errant yellow, you never know. And you're right. Great to see Ron Schamer, and Clarence Prince is back, I heard you say.
he is.
Let's talk about him. He's been a great Midwest Motorsports League member for a while, a couple seasons, and
Yep, he's had a little hiatus. I don't remember exactly the reason, if he gave one, but he's back with us today, and he's back to Red Bull. As you may have heard from last season, he was trying Monster out for a little bit, having some luck with them, and then just it wasn't panning out. And Red Bull decided, you know what, we'll take him back.
Right. Well, great to see Clarence back for sure. Hope he's having fun. Hope everybody's having fun. Hope you're having fun, Michael, doing the broadcast. Like you said, you're doing a great job, so I hope you're having fun doing it. I know it's difficult only driving with 2 screens. That right side wall, probably you have to know where it is.
Yep, that in
so
the car.
Be careful. Be careful out there, Michael. And
Will do.
just wanted to drop in and tell everybody how much fun we're having the Midwest Motorsports League. So keep coming back. We'll grow the league again. And that's James J signing off.
All right, well, we appreciate you coming up here, James. Wonderful to hear your voice again here on Sunday night.
Yeah, buddy. And I hope Josh approves this message.
I'm sure he will. Still hasn't shared that button with me. But at any rate, well, that was James Johnson, everybody, our voice of the Midwest Motorsports Racing League. Used to be doing all 3 racing leagues for quite a long time. Both of our Oval Series and the Road Series. With me and Adam joining on in, and with some other stuff going on, he's been just enjoying himself on Tuesday nights. And it's just a great time just having him up here in the booth. We thank him for joining with us tonight. And yes, trying to drive while commentate is it's interesting. It's definitely different than just being in the booth or just driving. A lot of stuff you got to pay attention to, and When I only have the 3 screens myself, I don't really have that extra window of information, but that's also a good thing because it's less distracting that way. It unfortunately does change the quality, I think, of the broadcast because I can't really give you that live up-to-date feed or switch over to different drivers myself, stuff I want to focus on, or be able to look up some fun facts for everybody to watch when we get the field strewn out, kind of like it is right now. Everybody's kind of all over the place, different laps, but at the same token, it's fun to also have this different perspective because when you're driving, it's a lot different. You actually get to feel the senses that everybody else is doing, see how hard the track is to drive around. You get that the first person perspective of just what these guys are going through throughout the race. You get to see the hardships and the difficulties of like, all right, do I pit now? Do I wait to pit? Oh no, we had an issue getting into pit lane. We bended, or oh hey, look at that, we gained so much ground because we only did this many tires. It's always pros and cons to just about anything you can do. So, just thankful we got James able to come visit for a little bit. And for the fact he gave me this opportunity in the first place, way back a couple of seasons ago, when we did our very first Indianapolis 500 event. And we didn't really miss a whole lot through all that, as Dustin Reinsettle and Eric Thaler still your top 2. Ron Schamer still staying strong there in 3rd place, doing a great job out there in that number 97 Toyota. And Jason Huffman in 4th in the number 4. I've climbed back up to 5th as we try to chase down Jason Huffman. He's quite a ways off in the distance, though, so I don't know if we'll catch up to him really soon or not. That would be for 4th place. Right now, Eric is about 12.1 seconds back in 2nd place from Dustin Reinsettle. 11.7 seconds back for Ron Schamer there in 3rd. Jason Huffman still ahead of Dustin Reinsettle on the racetrack, so 4 drivers still find themselves on the lead lap here. 100 laps complete with 41 to go. Like I was telling James, we should have only one more pit stop to go for the end of the race. Well, definitely better on tire. Well, I can't compare. I was driving for 30-something laps on the other set of tires. I was just trying to do a comparison. I had 60% of my right front. And the first stint, we had 41% on the right front. But again, that's... we ran a lot more laps on that first set of tires. Just going to look and see if I can continue to reel in Jason at all. Or if I burn off too much. In fact, I think Jason Huffman might be actually coming in for his last pit cycle, maybe? We'll see what happens. But he's been out there since lap 68. So he'll come on down pit lane. Marco Lavery came in on lap 71, so he'll be the next one most likely to come on in. Clarence Prince came in on lap 92. I don't think he'll be able to make it. I might have to come back in one more time as we now move ourselves up to 4th place. As we wrap up another lap here ourselves, 107 laps complete in this event. 34 laps remain. Jason Huffman now getting around myself. It's not a pass for position this time. Dustin Reinstedel continues his dominant performance here. 13.5. That is the gap from first to second. Now it's 13.7. The gap to third is 11.7 still. So Ron Chalmer continuing to be competitive here, putting down some lap times pretty similar to Eric Thaler, or was similar to Eric Thaler. Distracted driving. As the laps continue to tick on here, the question now remains, how long do the leaders stay out? When do they come on down for that last set of tires and fuel? My little indicator down here telling me about 12 laps left on my tank of fuel. Three cars remain on the lead lap, speaking of which, as 116 laps have now been complete. I'm sorry, 117 laps complete. We'll soon be at 118. With 22 laps to go. As you see on the screen, talking about the next race for our Oval Series. Just what nights of the week we're at. Iowa for the Truck Series and the Stock Car Series. Well, next week, where are we going to be at next week? We're at New Hampshire, I believe, next week here in the Stock Car Series. My home track while I am not here. Oh, that's fine. Like I said, the wife and I are going down to Dover. Taking a little, just the two of us trip. We do every year at least. Just a little getaway for ourselves. Kind of celebrating our anniversary, just not quite on our anniversary day. Yep, 150 laps at New Hampshire Motorspeedway is on tap. That's what we're going to be doing in the Stock Car Series. Again, Miami is the road course race. And it looks like the cycle is now beginning here. Ron Schamer comes on down with Clarence Prince. "40 this time, 40 this time." Dustin Ryan settled down in pit lane while Eric Thaler stays out. Jason Huffman's going to stay out here, and he's going to go ahead and pass me. "40 out." Eric continuing to run on the racetrack here. He's going to push it. See if he can get a good advantage over Dustin Reinsettle. Dustin now coming out of turn 4 while Eric goes into turn 3. How much longer will Eric Thaler stay out? $120. Wow. Brain, 124 laps have been completed now, or we're working on it. Marco and Ron Schaum are battling it out right now for 4th place. They're side by side down the back straightaway now as the camera pans to them. Ron taking 4th right back. And Eric Thaler has finally decided to come on down pit lane. Will he be able to save time and stay ahead of Dustin during the cycle? He's not quite close to the pit box yet. Dustin's coming out of turn 4. He's still not by his box just yet. He's getting ready to pull on in right now, and Dustin Reinsettle will pass by him on the front straightaway. Reinsettle will take the lead back on lap 126, 127. It's my lap 126, okay? See, I told you the quality dips a little bit. That's just because I'm not on the lead lap anymore, so I don't know how many laps we got. I guess I could just go to my standings and see how many. 1 lap. Okay. So we are on lap 128 now as Dustin heads back into turns 1 and 2. Eric Thaler back on the front straightaway, and guess who's coming right up behind him? It's Ron Schamer. Oh, nope, actually, I'm sorry. Jason Huffman, who pit on lap 104. Jason is now gearing and closing on into that number 4, or that number 15. Apparently, my brain's all scrambled. I should have turned my fan on. So the other thing too is I could actually look at the YouTube when I'm in just the booth and not behind the wheel. So I can actually interact with chat a little bit better. But thank you guys for being out here tonight. As we continue to wind the laps down, getting close to the 10 to go here. Jason Huffman move him up to 2nd place now as he gets around Eric Thaler. Eric's going to make a move on the inside. Makes the pass. Takes it back down the back straightaway. Oh, man, he got a huge run through that turn, and he ain't looking back at all. Jason was able to close the gap pretty well and then just couldn't do it anymore. It's go time, they say. Dustin Reinsettle with a 21-second advantage, though. He is setting sail. He's been doing that pretty much the entire race. Just able to find the best pit strategy here. Make that work for him. Now the battle for 5th heating up. So that's the closest on track here. 0.2 of a second as Harris and Marco Lavery duke it out. Marco in the Ford Mustang. 40 in the Toyota Supra. Side by side through turn 1 and 2, and the 40 has it this time. 9 laps to go, by the way, as Dustin's about to make it down to 8 to go this time as he crosses the stripe. Jason Huffman still chasing back there. Can he hold? Can he stretch that fuel? I don't know if he can. That'd be 37 laps of fuel he'd have to put on that number 4. Dustin is running faster lap times than either driver in the top 3. 31.15. Seven to go. Make that 6 to go as Dustin crosses the stripe. And Ron now closing in for a podium spot here as he's catching up to Jason Huffman. Half a second now. This is the next closest battle on the racetrack. And Ron Schamer going to clear him on the inside down the front straightaway. Jason Huffman moving down the order here as he is trying his hardest to make this car work here. Try to finish as best as he can. We got 4 to go right now. Now Harris has caught up to Jason Huffman here into turn 1. Jason's going to just let him go. Dustin Reinsettle going to cross the stripe here. 2 to go. Can Jason stay ahead of Marco Lavery and finish in the top 5? White flag! White flag! As I just have a mini heart attack as the screen decides it wants to blip. Oy. Yep, I ain't catching up to Ron Schamer here. Unless something happens on these final 2 corners. But Dustin Reinsettle crosses the stripe. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ron Schamer will finish in third, and I finish in fourth. Jason Huffman able to hold off Marco Lavery to finish in fifth. Sixth will be Marco Lavery. Seventh, Clarence Prince. Eric Thaler will finish in second place. All right, well, before my computer decides that it hates life again, we're going to go ahead and pull it on down into the apron. I got to actually click into the app and exit. There we go. All right, as we watch the burnouts here from Dustin Reinsettle, we'll go ahead and bring up our top three, which for the first time in 8 races does not include me. But guess who's still here at the end of it? All right, so we got Eric has got to come up.
Whew.
Dustin that's got to come up. And I guess we might be waiting for Ron Schamer there. But in the meantime, while we wait for Ron to come on up, let's talk with our second place finisher, Eric Thaler. Eric, we got a copy.
We do, Michael. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay. I should have turned my fan on. Got a surprise visitor in the booth today, so, well, feeling all right.
Good deal, man.
Well, you got yourself in second place. You were leading for a little bit there, and were able to stay out in the first run to lap 53. Why don't you talk us through that race, Eric, and what your strategy was, and how did it all fare?
Well, the caution kind of put a damper in my original strategy, but I just didn't have a good long run car that I could keep up with Dustin. I was doing my best to save tire, but it just didn't seem to be working out. So, I just tried to do some different things with pit strategy, but it seemed like that wasn't helping either. So, just I guess a poor long run car. Oh well, poor long run driver, and it was fast out of the gate, but I just couldn't keep the tires on it. So, happy with a second, but would have been a lot better to get up there and ride around with Dustin.
I definitely feel that there, and well, you're talking about your long run speed there and the tires. Usually you're the tire saving guru around here, and what is it about Nashville Superspeedway that kind of made that a little difficult today?
Concrete. I can't seem to save tire on concrete, whether it's Bristol or Dover or here. I just don't know, if there's any difference, obviously, in iRacing, but it never seems to fan out for me on the concrete surfaces. Anywhere else, I seem to be quick or at least moderately fast. On a long run, we're worried about tire wear, but for some reason, I could never figure it out at Nashville.
Well, next week you got one of your the touted favorites, or at least you're a favorite for winning that one there at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As I just popped myself in the face, but yeah, are you how are you holding up after that first caution though?
It wasn't bad. I was able to get back up there pretty quick. I haven't looked at it yet. It felt like I got into Clarence too much or leaned on him too much. And obviously I apologize for that, but I'm not sure what happened, but not that I want a caution to come out or anything, right? But it did throw a wrench in my strategy along with everybody else's probably, but again, just feel bad for kind of leaning on him a little bit. It felt like I was just getting too tight. I thought I was staying down far enough, but I do feel that I'm at fault in that one. And again, I apologize, Clarence, for that.
And just so you folks know, this guy is also, the godfather of this league. He helped found it. In fact, is the owner of the league, and that goes to say something when you mention something like that. You apologize right here out in the forum and own up and be accountable.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So no, but congrats to Dustin and Ron as well for getting a podium here, and Michael, thanks as always for providing us some commentary.
No, always a pleasure out here, Eric. Thanks for being up,
Yeah,
coming
thanks.
on up. All right, your second place finisher, Eric Thaler, everybody. And now he is in here. We'll see if we can get a radio copy with him. But our third place finisher, Ron Schamer, we got a copy.
I'm here.
How's it going, Ron? You've got that number 97 in the podium spot here.
Yeah, I kind of surprised myself. I didn't expect to do that well.
Was that just a Nashville Superspeedway concrete sort of thing, or you just weren't really feeling it tonight?
More with the drivers. A lot of good drivers ahead of me.
There you go. And unfortunately, you got wrapped up in that only caution that we had there. And I mean, obviously, you finished third anyway after all that. But kind of walk us through the beginning there and how the rest of your race went.
The beginning of the race, I felt fast. Then we had that little caution. Then I just hung out behind you to try to save some tires and fuel, and just try to play a little pit strategy.
Seemed to work out pretty good there. And once again, congratulations for getting up here on the podium, finishing third. You had a strong performance today, and I definitely was wishing I had that same speed here. We got New Hampshire next week.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that one. That's a very flat track.
It's always a little tricky time just trying to figure it out, especially going through turn 2. That's the key. You figure out how to get through turn 2, and you'll go somewhere in that race.
I guess I'll have to do some practicing.
Any shout-outs or anything else that you wanted to bring up? Or
I'd just like to thank the admin team for putting this on, you for calling it and racing in it. That's going to be tough. And my sponsor.
All right, Monster Energy bringing you home to third place. All right, thanks, Ron, for joining us. And we will move on to our next. And wow, I really can't talk. Apparently, it's all done. Brain fried. Dustin Reinsell, your race winner, everybody. He is here. We got a copy.
Howdy.
Yeah, that's appropriate. All right, man. You just kind of were off on your own little island there for a good stretch of the race, and once again, you just able to find seconds in that pit strategy there. How are you able to manage this concrete Titan out here, and just kind of go through your race with us?
Yeah, obviously I love concrete tracks. Definitely my favorite, Dover here in Bristol. So feel right at home. The line really didn't move off the bottom. Again, I feel like I say that like every week. I don't know what's going on. But I really just ran the bottom, started arcing it, trail braking in. I did save a little bit. Whenever I get a little bit of a lead, I try to not be the first one to pit. Just in case there's, you always get those weird cautions in the pit cycles. So just something I do just to get a little bit more of a gap on coming out of the pits. But no, other than that, it was pretty much that restart that Jason jumped. I don't know what he was doing. But he went way early, and that just kind of caught everybody off guard, and then I had a tire advantage on everybody in front of me, and everybody got so spread out after that, it was kind of just hitting my marks for the most part.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was at the back at the time, and I got Eric charging all the way up to catch back up to us, and then everybody just slowly starts going off before we get to the line, and I go, well, this is what is this road series action? That's what happens in the green flag, and when that happens, but yeah, that was definitely something, but.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an interesting move by Huffman there. But no, just chalk it up to another one of these Sunday night races where we've got all three of us kind of right there, and then pit to get us, or a restart violation or something that kind of spreads us all out. But no, shout out to Ron. He had a pretty good little strategy there. It shows him a lap down, but I don't think I think he was on the lead lap finishing. So shout out to him for his good run. Eric as well. Eric was really fast. Just tried to outsave him for the most part through the first two runs, and then just kept watching his lap times and trying to beat it throughout the run. So it was pretty much the strategy. A couple people looked like they were trying out the second and third groove, but it never really did come in. It didn't seem like you could definitely battle. If you got somebody on the same kind of tire wear as you could hold on the outside, it seemed like. But that was kind of it.
Yeah, I was able to see that a little bit here and there, but most of the passing was just somebody on fresher tires going around somebody with, older tires. But we got New Hampshire up next week, and we've got Iowa for the Truck Series, and Miami in the Road Series. Are you? Did you finally buy everything?
What was that?
So we got Miami on Tuesday night. Did you finally buy everything?
Oh, so golf season starts back Tuesday night, so I am out.
Excuses.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, all my kids move in. So Tuesday is our we have an athletic department cookout, and then we have our welcome back team dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings. Shout out B-Dubs. And then our team meeting where I lay out the rules. So.
Okay. All right. So applications are going in the mail now. Yep.
Yep. There you go.
All right. Well, any other shout outs you want to do? Anything else you wanted to bring up tonight?
Just my usual. I will throw in, we also got a visit from the voice of the Midwest Motorsports, James. So that was cool to hear from James and talk to him for a little bit mid race. So shout out to him. Good to hear from him. Not that you're, also not one of the voices of Midwest Motorsports, but appreciate everything you do too, Mike.
Well, thank you, Dustin. And yes, I mean, he is the titular voice
I heard
of
that
the week. So.
I need to go back and watch him the moment that he jumped in the broadcast booth. Heard it could be clipped or something is what he said. So I'll have to go back and watch that.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I saw. It depends on what time you're talking about. Because the first time I'm like, oh, he's here. Like somebody else is in the booth. Like he's actually gonna. And then just never. The microphone never went on, and then he was like, I'm gonna reach back out a little bit later in the race. I'm like, oh, was I supposed to have clued him in earlier? I don't know.
Cool.
But
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Dustin, for coming on up here, and great job once again out there on the track, just hitting your marks and just following your strategy.
Absolutely. I'm ready to go follow Eric at New Hampshire.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we will see you then.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Race winner Dustin Ryan Settle, everybody. And for the rest of the Midwest Motorsports team here, I am Michael Harris Jr., your lead broadcaster for the Oval Series. We thank you for coming in, tuning in with us here. We thank James and Adam, what they do on Tuesdays, and for James coming on and visiting us. For Josh Watt up there and race control and playing with the cameras. Thank you again for all you do here at the league, everything behind the scenes. And for all our drivers, everybody else out here at Midwest Motorsports, thank you for watching. Live life in the fast lane. We'll see you all Tuesday night for Road Series action at Miami.
The following is a presentation of the Midwest Motorsports broadcast team, consisting of Midwest Motorsports Mr. Everything, Josh Watt, broadcast producer and race control. On the comms and cams for the oval side is the man with the golden microphone, Michael Harris Jr.
We're here. We're all here ready to go. Pace car is in. Green flag waves from the stand.
And for the road side, it's me and Adam.
I am Adam Sondag. You're stuck with me.
And I'm James J., the voice of Midwest Motorsports, where signups are always open and always free. Friday nights are for the Truck Series, Sunday nights for the Stock Car Series, and Tuesday nights, the Road Series takes the track. Don't forget to like the video on the way in. Go to midwest-motorsports.com today. Okay, DW, take it away.
Let's go racing, boys!
And I approve of this message.